you here? Yes. Oh, wait, actually, hold on a second. I'm still using the JP dub. Gotta switch over to English. Forgot about that. Gotta make sure we're using the English dub. Audio friendly. I don't know what's happened. I feel like the mic's gotten really quiet. Maybe it's because this was previously at 100 and now it's not. There we go, now we're loud. Wow, it really is a lot, like 10%. It's a lot. You'd be surprised. I'm surprised. There we go. Yeah, you'd be surprised. I'm surprised. I'm continually surprised by how loud 10% is. But at the same time, sometimes I feel like maybe it's too loud. But I guess we can rebalance this. Yeah, so catching. Thanks for lending your normal attacks to our... I saw your Gene dupe buff my anime characters and use C4. I'm actually, yeah, I mean, it is one step closer to C2, which is something that I do want. Also, hey, Luigi. I am interested in C2 because I am interested in some sort of weird EULA comp using... I mean, I use Serpent Spine, so it's kind of... It's kind of dead on me, but I could switch over to Luxurious. If I switch over to Luxurious, my artifacts change just a little bit. I have to use this crit rate piece, which unfortunately did not roll the greatest. And that brings me down to 58, 175. And also drops my ER down to 4.5. In return, I hit 2k attack pretty much. And I don't have to worry about the Serpent Spine like stacks. But, I don't know. I haven't run actual calcs yet, but I presume overall this is higher just because it's Serpent Spine. But you know what? Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll rock Sea Lord. And... Can I ask you a quick question? Sure, Weir's Fuss. Maybe we'll rock, Sea Lord today. Not that we're gonna use Eula anyway. We're at the Golden House, and this is my super scuffed, catching team, but that's not what we're doing at all. We're finishing the Chasm, which means this team will be turned into this team.
Give me a moment to
What
compose
server are you
myself.
playing on? I'm playing on NA. Let's see. Do I switch to Eula? We'll use Eula.
I'll scout ahead.
We'll use Eula. Oh. Don't play on NA? Oh no. So I did sometimes. Chasm. Let's see. I got a lot of these marked. What is this? Oh, yeah, it's the new... The quest should be here. There's a Fatui thing I saw somewhere in here on EU. Ooh. I wonder why they don't, Oh, and I just remembered I forgot to do something that I really... Whatever now, but... It's so... Oh, my brightness is all the way down. I was gonna say, it's so dark. Also, I refuse to play on normal brightness down here. It makes everything look really bad, but I refuse to play on low brightness. I don't understand why they can't. Game, don't do...
The smell coming from the mines has changed again.
Game. I don't understand why they don't just link the accounts. I guess it's nice in a way. across servers, but I don't know. Well, I guess there could be some problems with that, like if you play an event on EU or if you play an event on like East Asia or something like that on the Asia server, what happens if you like log into the US server when the event isn't out yet? Okay. Okay. I have no idea why this is happening. I ran the test stream beforehand to make sure that this didn't happen. But, of course, now it wants to happen. So we're gonna do the soft fix called 30 frames. And now... Hello? Hello? Camera? There we go. Let's talk to you. Oh, also, I was listening again. Man, the coughs really were coughing. So, I'm just gonna... Oh, hello there. Is there something you need? You're coughing away. You sure you're okay? The dust, man. All this smog, all this goop. It's not great. Believe me. I'm alright, really. The air down here is just kinda thin, which doesn't sit too well with me. I don't think it's thin enough. I think it's too thick. Yes, this is the map I drew earlier. Well, that feels better. Me after I spend like 5 minutes clearing all the phlegm in my throat from my allergies. You better rest up. Don't go running all around the place now. Speaking of maps, we've got one for you as well, do we? We have a map? It's a map of the two strange bells. Seems like the something those dastardly Fatui left behind. Oh yeah, I do remember that. Oh, thank you. I'll incorporate this new location into my map. Wait a moment, did you say Fatui? They've tunneled into this place as well? Certainly looks like it. Looks like we've got to be even more careful while exploring the chasm. Speaking of which, we found this. You've been around here more, Z-Chong, so you probably know what this is used for, right? This? I think I found a gate with a symbol similar to this one somewhere deeper down. We need to go deeper? Ah, sorry. If I remember correctly, you could hear the wind behind that gate. I'm quite sure there should be a large open space behind it for us to explore. I wonder what relationship this thing has to that gate. Might be a key of some sort. Might it be a key of some sort? Ah, this dude. Khadiv. Zhichong's right. This is the device used to unlock the gate. Wow, where did you come from? A hello before joining the conversation might be nice. I'm loving the new sassy expressions they're giving the main character. The Traveler being so done with everything is one of my favorite developments in the game. Oh, sorry, I was just too eager to say that this strange device is indeed used to open doors. It's a key. I once looked into similar devices, and just as luck may have it, the device in your hands is an exact match to the one in my research lab. Look what you know. What do you know? Look what you know, huh? Unfortunately, neither alchemy nor basic mechanics can help us understand the energy held within these devices, nor can they explain the principles behind their ability to unlock and lock gates. Oh, he's talking about the Rubik's Cube. A research lab? Aren't you a paleontologist? What do you mean? Paleontologists have research labs. What do you do? What do you think they do when they're not doing field work? We Omerta take a rather dim view of those who rely purely on theory. That said, we often have to work with those blockheads from Spantamad all the same. Spantamid? I don't know. Also, yeah, like what kind of question is that? He's a paleontologist. Of course he's got a research lab. Of course he's doing field work. He's digging up samples and analyzing them. Well, I guess, it's a paleontologist versus an archaeologist, but same difference. Well, that's all I can tell you. There isn't much else to be said with regard to the academia. Oh, I have a pillow right here. You can keep talking. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'll stop. I didn't form this exploration team to divulge all our secrets or something, but you could. Whatever the case, we're able to find that gate that Zichong spoke of. If we're able to, we'll be able to use this strange device to open it, but will we? Ah. Then, let's go, shall we? Ever since you shared this new map with me, I've been left with this last section unmapped. I just thought that we could... Whoops, sorry, you know, we could get it all done in one go. Sorry. Ellipses. Ellipses. We can leave the map thing aside for now. Have you had any close contact with that black muddy stuff at any point? Now it's starting to sound like a horror movie. Oh, I'm fine. The environment's just not sitting too well with me, you know? I mean, this is nothing for a true adventurer. Nothing? Hey, you better wake up, you hear? You're the only person, I repeat, the only person in the whole team who's shown such serious negative reactions during this process. Maybe she's allergic to something down here. We have to send you up to the surface to rest. If we go now, there's still time. Ellipses. Alright. Don't look at me like that. Do whatever you want. It's not like you're a parent or anything. Mind explaining? I'm telling you this out of the goodness of my heart. Don't take it for a reason to violate the strictures of the academia. Huh? I'm sorry, I cannot divulge the details, but Zichong has to get some distance from the thing under the chasm. No, she has to leave the chasm itself. Wait, what? Come on, you're talking in riddles. Are you just annoyed that Zichong's not well or something? Is it love? She's very sick, yes, and if no one takes it more seriously, it really will be too late. Geez, my man. How ominous. Just like Dainsleif. Alright, please, just stop it. I joined this team of my own accord. I'm not going to change my decision based on what others say. Yes, and I suppose that as an adventurer, your primary concern is the remuneration. Mora? If you're willing to leave, I'll make sure you're compensated. It'll be quite the generous package. The representatives from Liyue will understand as well. Ellipses. Sorry, I'll have to excuse myself now. The area Messina needs cleared out needs remapping. I shan't waste your time any further. Further? Right, Messina. I'll head to the gate that I mentioned before later. If that's where you're headed as well, we can meet up there. This kid is not to be reasoned with. At all. You're being too harsh on Zichong, Kadej. Exactly. You were so curt and you didn't explain anything either. Is there any wonder that you ticked her off? I just didn't expect that she would have literally no concern for her life at all. You know what? Forget it. She can do what she wants. And then she'll regret it later. And ask for help. That's how young people are. Always gotta take a hit or two before they learn. What exactly is wrong with her? What we're facing is, in essence, very similar to the anomalies on Dragonspine, in the sense that their source is something alien to this world we know. And it involves the clash of two energies. we got 3 energies inside of us right now. And that's why we had to get you on the team, Messina, since you're able to manipulate the elements without the use of a vision. For normal people like us who have neither visions nor can manipulate the elements, these anomalies are malignant, even fatal. Doesn't sound good. Those who have hiccup contact with the sources of the anomalies may begin to lose touch with the world. Some will weaken swiftly and even... So, Zichong is in trouble. Also, still has a hard-to-pronounce name. That's as much as I can say. Wait, then what are we supposed to do? Should we chase after her? It's her choice. Ellipses. But we can't just stand by and watch. We should at least try, Messina. Well, don't let me delay you either way. I'll send you to your own business. I'll leave you to your own business. There's still a great many secrets for us to discover down there. And if you meet Zichong, please take care of her on behalf of the rest of us. Well... A little warning would be nice, game. 57%. It's not bad at all. Where are we going now? Key to a stony hall. Key to a stony hall. Key to a stony hall sounds like it'd be the name of some, like, classical music piece. Like In the Hall of the Mountain King. Ooh, wait. Here's a question. Can I... I can. I don't know if you respawn. I think you do, but let's just get rid of this, too, for good measure. And... let's switch over to stringless. And away we go! As Venti narrowly misses, colliding with the walls. Whoa, Genshin Dropper? I can't wait to miss something while I'm doing this. Like that thing. I don't think I can blast you either. I'll try. Oh, I don't have... There we go. Wow, look how bright it's gotten. The brightness really makes the game look worse, I'll be honest. Oh! 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 I can't wait to have to backtrack and climb up that super long tunnel we spent all that time climbing up, only to realize that, in fact, we could not get to it. How's Genshin today? Genshin's been going pretty well, aside from the fact that I immediately started the game and decided, you know what? What if we couldn't run at 60 frames today? And I was just like... I literally just did a test stream and it was fine. What was that?
What a find! I wonder how many
Is that just me?
it'd be worth.
I thought I heard something. It sounded like a very loud footstep. At least it's going good? Yeah, it's definitely been going worse. Overall, it's going pretty good. Is this the... Where are we? Where are we? Are we just back in this spot? Is it just like a connection point?
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
I don't want to hear it from you, Venti. Where do you think we're gonna glide through in this place? It's like all up, unless you have a way to glide upwards. I don't want to hear it. You are Noctilus Jade, correct? You are Noctilus Jade. A Ruin Guard. Ruin Sentinel. A Hilly Churro. I have a feeling this is... We're just back where we went. Where was the place? The one place I spent like all stream climbing up and then realized, oh wait. We can't even get through the door that they had at the end. What amazing timing. No way. Oh, this isn't the right way either, I don't think. I'm getting all turned around. No. This isn't. This is the way we came up. Quick. Kaza, I think you sprint slightly better than Eula. Slightly better. I think the fact that you're shorter is compensated by the fact that you have a different character model than she does.
Follow the wind.
We still don't have any of the tall guy models. But that could be partially because I'm pretty sure the only characters I have who fit that description are Kaya, Diluc, and Toma. And only one of them is built. Well, actually, the Kaya Freeze team would actually... Oh, no, it wouldn't work. I was gonna say... I mean, it could kind of work. He just wouldn't have any cryo damage because we don't have Chongyun for the infusion. Oh, is this Mora? Thank you.
Time to go.
We'll just keep on going down. Because it seems like that's where the game wants us to go. And now we see the Bowman. Or the Shieldman. Ronith, banished knight. Who art thou to stop us? We shall cleanse the tainted things from the sky. Well, let me finish what you say before you start attacking me, my guy. I guess it's my fault for not reading it fast
Beg
enough.
for mercy.
And let me show you the power of
Shudder.
not having to worry about Serpent Spine. Look at that. Look at how much less I'm dealing about 50% of the damage I would normally do. Yes. Ooh, Deathly Statuette. I've traded damage for consistency, and safety, and comedy. I think that's a fair trade. Sorry, mushroom thingamajiggies. I saw some really cool videos of you on the subreddit, and you look very cute, but... This is what Spectre should do. Like, if you had a Spectre with, like, a Claymore attack, it should knock him to the ground. That's cool.
I condemn you.
This is a good enemy. I like this enemy. Fungal spores, luminescent pollen. Is that an, I assume that's an Ayato.
What do we
Thingamajig.
have here?
Ooh, a thingy. Grab one of the. Ooh. Excuse me. At least they're not as loud. At least my ability to strangle my hiccups makes it so they don't just like blow out the mic. Let me get this fish. Oh. I didn't plunge. I guess you can't plunge into the water? Or I guess it won't do damage? Or was it just because it wasn't... Rip. Let's hit him with 1-2. And the 1-2. Fish Claymore?
More speed.
I like the music. Digging the music so far. Maybe we should do another audio balance.
Crush.
I think we can raise it up to what we had previously. With the mic being so loud now, or the mic being louder now, I think we can raise everything. Which really is no different from what we had before.
Beg for mercy.
It used to be everything was quiet, but now everything is equally loud.
Shudder.
Oh, and it doesn't trap me in the bubbles? Thank you. It just homes and does damage instead.
Rack and ruin.
I appreciate that. All the defense percent rolls I'm getting on my artifacts really coming in clutch now, aren't they?
I can put these to good use.
Oh, there's a thingy.
More speed.
Also, I feel like I'm continuing to have that ever-present problem of the stream sounding different depending on what I listen to it on, so... Like, it sounds fine right now, with the earbuds I'm using to listen to it right now. But sometimes it sounds kinda... bad. We're gonna run out of pins, too. We have to open up the map again. Let's just systematically avoid the treasure chest that we saw early by going way around it. But we will go for this one, just because it's conveniently here. Or did we grab it? We might have grabbed it, I don't know. Whoa! Whoa, what happened to you? Wait, why did it... Wait, why did it die? Wait, it just... Wait, it just fell over. Also, I'm realizing now too that I don't have superconduct, so I'm not getting an accurate count of how much damage I'd really be doing, because I'm comparing it to my serpent spine numbers with superconduct, and obviously I'm not getting the same amount of red shred because I'm waiting for my holdie.
Doesn't discriminate by clan.
170. I thought that said 17, and I was like, "There's no way it's that close." Ooh, this is breakable. Okay, Venti. Thank you. Oh, would you look at that? A chest. I bet some monsters are going to spawn. Oh, no. Just gotta recharge it.
What do we have here?
Not, oh, speaking of. I got it. I got it. I was looking at my inventory the other day, going through the inventory, and I was just like going through, getting ready to fodder things, and I saw messenger, and I was like, oh, oh, I got one. Now, if I could get some more, that'd be great too. I'd love to get some more. If nothing else, other than the aesthetic of it, I am aware that Sharpshooter's Oath is in fact better for Amber. But the idea of the messenger, the idea of it. Hey, my guy. Purger, depart, depart. The shadow of the omnipresent struggle is not something you can bear. Oh, that's how kind of you, my guy. I appreciate it. These enemies I actually really like. I know I'm gonna regret saying that when they show up in the abyss. But... okay, yeah, I'm doing a comparable amount of... oh... I'm doing a comparable amount of damage. But... I'm seeing with the bonus, I was doing 12k in the crit, but then the other ones were only doing... maybe the thing ran out. 8k, which is okay. The double 5s on the crit seem kind of low. Where am I going? Where am I going? Is this just a dead end? Really? You're kidding me, right? There's no way this is a dead end. Right? There's gotta be something here. It's just that one guy? I'm sure that's for a quest or something. There's nothing? Like... there's really nothing. I know. Oh, how did I miss that? Actually blind. Didn't even see it pop up on the map. Here we go, I think that's our 48th. No, this will be our last pin. So... that then begs the question, do I open up the interactive map? Or do I start canon? Why do I have this marked? This is a Shrine of Depth. Why do I have that marked? That's one out of the way. Honestly. What even is this? Oh. That's a blood agate. A crimson agate. I don't know why that's marked either. Some of these things I wonder why I have them marked. The fishing spots I'll keep, because I don't know about those ones. I don't know what you are, so I'll keep you for now. You could be a Thunder Sakura thing that I need a higher level for. You could also be like a chest I've gotten, or something. So I'll keep those for now. This, I honestly have no clue what this is. Let's get rid of this as well. I've just kept it, but it's really annoying. These are gates. Oh. Where's gate 13? Wait. If this is gate 13, where is it? Where's the other gate 13? Wait, where is it? 19? 19? Okay, yeah. 4-2. Gate 12. Don't need this either. Gate 2. Where's gate 13? Some of these aren't even marked. Okay, well. We freed up a couple more pins. So we're safe for now. Are we going this way? Up and around? Oh, I guess we are. I guess I really was on a detour. I should probably grab that little thingamajiggy too to grab the energy, but... oh. A bishop. Oh, the bishop has a chest. Bishops are one of my favorite enemies to fight as Eula. And I'll even grace you with a burst as well, my guy. I respect you that much. I'll even grant you the honor of getting hit with the Eula Burst. That is one great thing about having
At least good
the
luck
slightly
doesn't
worse
discriminate by
artifact
clan.
set. I'm actually able to use my burst and not kill everything. Not have everything die before it goes off. Which isolated Electro Season Mage.
Beg for mercy.
Yeah,
Shudder.
give me those particles. What did they say? Did they say
condemn you.
boo? What did she say? Oh. Wait, stop. Who are you? Why are you here? And why are you attacking me? You're one to talk. We saw you sneaking around. Since you're the bad guy here, why don't you explain yourself first? Wow. Katerina. My name is Katerina Shnezhevna? Shnezhevna? Katerina Kleiss? Kleiss? What's her name? That's her name, right? Katerina Kleiss? Katerina Kleiss. Yes. That's her name. My name is the most I can divulge. My apologies. We just want to know what's happening. We aren't trying to interrogate you. Sorry, that really is all I can disclose. So, what are the Fatui doing here? That's classified. Ellipses. Come on, bad guys do have a thing for being secretive. You're right. We're the bad guys, and that's what we do. Alright, time's up for the question and answer session. We've got company. Felicia?
Allow me.
But it's the most adorable company you could ever meet. I mean, look at them. Aren't they just to die for? Thank you for not stabbing me in the back. So the Fatui all have trust issues, huh? Although I don't know where we got that impression. This isn't a romantic place to try hitting on me. Come to my hideout if you wish to talk. Don't know about that one. Huh? Isn't she a Fatu? Fatus? 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 Is it really okay to let her go instead of sending her to the Millelith? Alright, Paimon gets it. Forget it. She didn't hurt us after all. Let's let her off the hook this time, shall we? Everybody gets one. Sorry, Katerina. You can invite me to your hideout all you want. It doesn't matter. There's only one person. There's only one Electro Season Fatui girl in my heart, and her name is. I gotta look up her name. What's her name? Is this her?
Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along.
I gotta make sure.
I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't take them that seriously.
Oh, what is her name? Is this the thing? Yeah. Let me just dig through all of these real quick. Gendo Ringo, that's her name. I was thinking of Kano Nano. Kana Nano? Kano Nana? What's her name? Kano Nana. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Let's see. What is her name again? Ludochka. Ludochka. Yeah. Sorry, Katerina. Ludochka's the only Electro Season mage in my heart. She's the original.
Time to scout.
And now we're lagging. I don't
At
appreciate
least
that
good
game.
luck doesn't.
And there's a big difference between the game lagging and the stream lagging. I prefer neither. But I know. Ludoshka's quest was pretty fun. I really like that. I wish there was more stuff like that. I found that very enjoyable. So was the samurai one as well. The Iwakura clan. That was a really good one too. I liked both of those a lot.
Discriminate by clan.
Oh, lizard. So maybe we'll run into Katarina. Oh. Hey, Messina, you're here. Found you. What's wrong? You don't look so good. Did I know you in some way? You know, Paimon's having trouble telling who looks worse between the two of you. The road ahead is very dangerous. Isn't that someone's voice line? The road ahead of us is an injurious one indeed. The path ahead of us? What does Yanfei say? That's her, right? Yanfei says that. The trail ahead of us? It's one of those. You know, everyone's actually really concerned about you. Please don't care so little about your own safety. Of course I know they're worried, but it's like I said before. This is what an adventurer's life should be like. No adventurers in this world would balk in the face of danger, and I have no wish to lie in bed and I dotage? Dote age? Dotage? Dotage? In my dotage? Withered by age, relying on others to eat or even to get myself to the toilet. If the alternative is stability and boredom, I'll choose danger any day. I'd rather lay my life down here than lie in some cushy bed waiting for the time to claim me. The sweeping time? I belong here. I know it. A comfy job at the ministry? That's not for me. Khadiv's Mora? It doesn't own me. Ellipses. And as opposed to those lucky few who have visions? Adventure, exploration, challenge. These are things that can only be truly experienced by normal people like us. I don't know if we count as normal, but okay. It's the royal us. So, when it comes down to it, it's all about you, huh? Haven't you spared a single thought for others? I've said it before, this is my own personal business. It's got nothing to do with anyone else. I'm sorry they might feel bad about the matter, but... You want to leave a memory of yourself behind, do you? Yes. Yeah, I just don't want to be forgotten. At least this way I'll leave some maps behind, and I'll have borne witness to the sights of the chasm. And I would have accomplished all this, stepping into the realm of the forbidden, as a normal human being. And the trail of the Yaksha who defended Liyue and Legends might be behind this gate. I could reach that place. I don't know if I can make it there, but I wish that I could get closer to these unknown places. Perhaps we might truly find the reason for the anomalies here in the chasm. There may be worse things behind the gate. Ellipses. We're all worried about you. Please don't take such poor care of yourself. What you need to do right now is regain your strength. Yep, that's right. You should totally get some more rest. The road ahead is still plenty dangerous. You can just wait for us to finish clearing the obstacles ahead before following after. It won't be too late. I need water. Anyway, someone needs to record down what we've seen, right? If no one records the stuff, no one will remember it at all. After all. Paimon being reasonable? Say it ain't so. Come on, Messina, what are you talking about? Ellipses. I get it. I'll go back if you insist, but please keep your wits about you as well. We will. Stay safe on the way back now. Wow. Oh. Ha. Paimon has no idea if she really heard a word we said. I like how bright it suddenly got. I'll use a key to a stony hall to open the gate. Go within the gate to investigate. That's not what I had a hard time reading that one. I was still stuck up on stony hall. Blizzard. How many does that make now? Back up to 8? We're at 10! No Lumen Spar though, hopefully we don't need one. Huh, that crystal looks familiar. We should have a look, shall we? Oh, speak of the devil. Ooh, it's a raw lumen store ore. That's what Genu... An explosion has occurred. Cause unknown. The Mokosh device, which should have theoretically been able to clear the abyssal corruption from this place, has overloaded and been destroyed. The black pollutant on the main fragment has begun to regenerate. We need to sum up what we've learned thus far. One or several hard strikes aimed at key stress points in the main fragment can cause the black matter to retreat. Sounds like a job for Eula. Our scouting parties have discovered human activity in different locations. Whether they're human or some other creature is unclear, but perhaps they might even be the culprits behind the black matter's propagation. Interesting. We missed number 3, haven't we? This is like Zanky Zero all over again. You know, I'll be honest, I wish these did like damage to their shields.
Shudder.
Oh, that really got rid of it quick though. I forgot how much the claymores. Maybe I just wasn't used to Beto. Well, we got all this blocky stuff. Genshin really loves their blocks, don't they? Blocks at the beginning. They got blocks in Scarlet Nexus too. Lots of blocks. Togetsu, that whole thing. Now, what's locking this bad boy? Oh, could it in fact be you? What happens if I do this?
Think you can get away?
Oh, it does work. Oh, wow. Huh. Oh, did the other one respawn? That's no fun. This would be the place for Jean. And away you go. Wow. Wow. If it were me, I would have just died. How's that for fair game? Thanks for the free energy, though. And all the spoils drop down there, too. At least these ones were kind enough to spawn over here. Maybe we'll get another messenger.
What do we have here?
I know. Superhero landing. Well, a little bit late. A little early for the superhero landing.
More
Frog.
speed.
Amphibian impact. I should look up what the deal is with that disappearing text, too. Am I just supposed to be so fast it won't know it hit it? Photo. Bam. Save it. I didn't save the last one. And I kind of regret that, but... Another one of these guys. If you weren't standing in water, I'd challenge you to an honorable Beto fight. Why do you tarry in this place, traveler? There's only death here. No memorials to injustice. Oh, this guy looks sick. This guy looks awesome. If we weren't standing in water, I'd take a Beto fight with you any day. Oh, that's awesome!
Crush.
Bro, you're so cool. Rethel, Slain of the Split Bow. Man. Save some style for the rest of us, my guy. When do we get him as a playable character? I want someone like him. This guy's awesome. This guy's legit. Coolest enemy we've fought down here. I'm sorry for just wailing on you, my guy.
Crush.
If I didn't have to worry about the electric... Oh, wait. Oh, that's cool. Oh. Yo, this dude's awesome. Yeah, this dude's awesome. Void emptiness. Everything is void. I hope they respawn. This dude was sick. I hope they use those enemies in future stuff like that. I'm excited for the Swordmaster event coming up. 1v1s are fun. I like 1v1 stuff in Genshin. That's why the Iwakura quest was so cool. That's why that was so cool. Because you had all these cool duels, and then at the end they kind of ganged up at you, but you know, whatever. But like, the fights were cool, and I made them cool. Or maybe not cool, but I definitely made them harder by only using Beto. But I've thought about doing like a Ghost of Tsushima Genshin stream. Where I like only use characters and abilities that like would link to stuff that Jin has in the game. So like, I was thinking only using like, if we mess up this scene for example, only using Beto and Yunjin for auto attacks. And then Aloy for her little like weakening bomb thingamajigs and also for like aim shots. And then although Amber would be great too. Amber would be a good try, but not being able to use Aloy's burst or anything like that. And then maybe, I don't know about the fourth one. Trying to think of a character who had like a similar utility type thing. Maybe like Xingqiu, but only being able to use his E, not being able to use his burst. And doing something like this, where like, these are the only characters I can use to explore new. I mean, theoretically I should be doing that for like right now to explore the new area. But I thought that'd be a cool idea.
As per our contract.
Just like how I'm upset that we're nearing the end of Inazuma, and we have not yet gotten a single, okay, I'm just gonna look this up, because this is bugging me. We've gone through Inazuma, we have not gotten a single, longsword character who has like a counter-based. We haven't gotten a single Inazuma character who's got like a counter-based system. That upsets me. They're all like shung shung swoosh. What happened to cool counters? What happened to parrying? We only have Yunjin and Beto. What happened to cool counter characters? Maybe they thought that wouldn't be as cool as like the flashy slashy moves, but disappearing text. Genshin. Chasm. Glowing text. What is this? Glowing text. Genshin.
Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage.
Valor's Afterglow Chasm
but the
Quest
knights had
Guide.
enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail.
Incomplete writing solution. Let's see. How to interact with them. I'd like that. Okay. Oh.
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work?
Okay,
All right,
well,
then. I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right.
I've come
Mark
across
my
a few of them
words.
now, and you apparently have to not use the Lumenstone adjuvant, and it'll come back. Let me hit him with the text. I'm using up my pins. That's kind of annoying considering that we've come across a couple of those and I haven't gotten them, so now I have to backtrack. Lizard. This tunnel is so long. Did someone shut it behind a giant... Why did someone shut it behind a giant gate? I don't know, Paimon. That's why we're here. Please give me a nice chest, Sealy. Tichong mentioned the tale of a giant serpent. Do you think this serpent could be dug?
At least
Interesting.
good luck doesn't discriminate by clan.
It could perhaps be. Excuse me. This, it is. It's frost flower. That's the wrong button. That's our last pin. When you come across a new one, I'll have to open up the map and change it. Look at all the wind lines. Look at all the lag. Why are we lagging? Oh, a waypoint. Oh. This doesn't look like a natural cave. It looks like something huge cut right through this place. Huh, actually, rammed right through might be more accurate. You know, Messina, don't you think this floaty thingy looks rather familiar? This resembles what we saw on top of Dragon's Spine back then. Their smell, or aura, is pretty similar. The Skyfrost nail? What's the opposite of Skyfrost? Well, whatever it is, it's really spooky. What have you discovered, Paimon? Whatever it is, this is pretty creepy. You know, doesn't that stone tablet look kinda new to you? Doesn't look like it fits into the ruins around it at all. Although the inscription cannot be understood per se, a little observation reveals that the engraving is a map of the surrounding area and that the other pictures have something to do with the floating crystal. How convenient. Huh. So the big crystal has 5 weird devices around it, and these lines are connected to the crystal. Paimon can't read this. Why is this diagram so messy? Looks like we need to activate those 5 devices. Then someone needs to hit the crystal or something, and then the black spots will disappear. I guess they forgot to draw those splashes, so the application of external force can speed up the purification. After that... Wait a minute, why'd they draw this big worm? Huh. Seems like the stone tablet is telling us to beware of this super big worm. Perhaps it's warning us to beware of stepping on worms. I like this one. Huh, that sounds a lot easier to get, but... Still, we've got a hiccup before we know for sure. Also, Messina, look at that purple blackish stuff. It's all over that big crystal, too. Looks pretty similar to that dark mud we encountered before, too. This looks exactly as depicted in the stone tablet. Huh, yeah, you're right. Oh, very fearless of you, Paimon. Well, we're already here, so we might as well do something. Paimon? Paimon development? Oh, there's a whole big glowy circle area. Perilous plunge. Purify the large crystal. What, did the setting accidentally get changed? I don't understand. Okay, so this makes it happen a lot. Okay, so we're still getting some hitches. I'm going to open up the interactive map on my end. And mark out these lumen spar that we have gotten. So starting down here, we got the one immediately behind the teleport waypoint. And this one as well. That's 2 down. We got the one here. Yep. We got the one here. Oh, it's also yeah, Lumenstone ore. Excuse me. The Lumen Spar, it looks like the ore are marked as the same thing as the ore. Okay, so both of those. Then in glowing arrows, I got this one, and this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Then we got this one. Then we got the one in the bend. We got the one near the purple. Oh, actually, we got this one near the purple. And then we got this one on the green. And then we got these two on the side. So now that we've unlocked this waypoint, let's actually... Well, actually, when we get once I hit 16, I'll go back and I'll upgrade all at once, presuming that we're not too far away from a waypoint. I'm amazed at how many pins people have sometimes, in the sense that how many they have left to place. Now, does this also track the glowy text? It does not. It's not. That's too bad. But it marks the 4 artifact spots, investigation spots, and 17 world quests. Okay. That's good enough for now. How many do we have? How much does that put us at? Puts us at 13. Okay, so we need 3 more, and we'll be good. And it appears that we need to follow the... trail. The little miasma flow. Recharge.
Brace yourself.
This is one of the times I am glad that I didn't bring Beto, because now I have a 3rd character who can contribute to this fight.
Shudder.
Interesting. Now, okay, that won't do anything. One, 2, 3.
Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the
I'm
knights had
gargling a
enough
little
sense
bit,
to
see
do
if I
away
can
with all the
clear some of that out of my
superfluous detail.
throat. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Where's number 4? Well, that one appears to be going up. So, let's go this way first. These are both going down. We can save them for last, maybe. Also, I see a lumen stone over here. This looks like it's getting bright enough. Let's restore defaults now. It does make it a lot harder to see distances. But I can say it looks a lot nicer. Teleport waypoint. Oh, convenient. Nice. Yeah, so I might jump on down and take these two out then, since there's a waypoint so close by. Gonna have to be close enough. Oh, this one's up here. Let's grab this one. It looks so much more mysterious now, doesn't it?
Bow before the abyss.
I don't want to bow before the abyss, though. The abyss kind of sucks. Actually, we don't know that yet. The enemies in the abyss kind of suck. I don't like you, Hydro Herald. Your wild attacks have ended my Abyss 12 runs too many times.
Rack and ruin.
I don't need lag now, game. Not when I'm fighting this guy.
Shudder. Allow me.
Gotta get that cryo application. I forgot about this.
Eye for an eye. Let's play.
Oh no.
Covenant of defeat.
That was a misclick, but... I'll use it for the bubble damage, even though I'm pretty sure the bubble won't even do anything against this guy. That's what I don't like about him. The spin attacks are just annoying.
Shudder. Let's play.
Lovely
Rack and
lag.
ruin.
I might restart the game. Oh, no you don't. Oh, and he extends cooldowns too. That's the other annoying thing about this guy. If you hit him, he can extend your cooldown, and he really relies on skills to defeat him. With all the shields.
Rebuild. Crush.
Oh, that was kind of delayed. I didn't take any damage though.
Eye for an eye.
How am I lagging this much with 26 ping?
More speed.
Oh wait, do you not have to fight them? Can you just wait until this? Or do they stop it? Because if you don't have to fight them and you can just wait for that thing to go. I can play keep away. That makes 15. I'm gonna see if that helps anything. Making the game a little smaller. Looks like maybe it does. I don't know. We got one beam going that way. Oh, two beams going down that way? Okay, and one beam going up. Let's aim for this beam over here. Probably should have switched to Casa out. There's no music anymore. It's dead silent. Everything looks so saturated too. With how like all the dark colors look really dark. I don't know whether that's just because we have the front light or what. Just gonna keep on climbing up. You never be up too high. I see an enemy. 2 enemies. See an unlockable. Oh yeah, you just have to stand near it. Nice. Oh, wait, it comes back? Well, Kokomi can take these guys out, but I do want to see if I can maybe get this guy out. Oops. Don't want to do that. I want to do this one. Don't want to do that either. And then I want to go, well, bam! Get that super healing going. Come on, Kokomi. Do that healing. Get over back over here. Get rid of this. Twirl this. That guy's getting his shield back, it's okay. Okay. And then do this. And then do this. And do this. And just be like, please. And then do this. And go, well, bam. Stand over here. This is annoying. Hopefully my adjuvant upgrade. Oh, and we're done. Nice. Hopefully my adjuvant will get better and stuff like that won't happen in the future. Looks like there's another one this way. Oh, I see it. Ah, well, the only ones left are down. So like I said before, we have teleport waypoint. So and we got 16, I believe, so I'll go back and grab the upgrade. And then I think maybe we'll take a quick break, and I'm going to see if I can sort out the lag problem. Just an increase to 9. Now search for the nearby lumen spar. What does that even mean? Only 16 left. And I'll get a billet trove. And I'll get a nifty little card. Hello, Mommy Mochi. Does this mean... Maybe it's just the area. It might just be the area that's causing the lag. We kind of ran into that with all the rain earlier. Like, it probably shouldn't be lagging anyway, but... How am I? I'm doing pretty good. Aside from this intermittent stuttering we're having with the stream. Let's go for this one first. Hopefully we don't have to deal with another recurring blob like that one. That was... Ooh. Oh no, that's event. I'm just so keyed on seeing things like that, I just... Well, I have a feeling we're gonna have another annoying blob. Hopefully not too annoying. Please go away after one hit. Yes. Recharge. Rift Wolves.
Here we go. Think you can get away?
I've cancelled your animation. What will you do now? I will now unleash the power of Kokomi. Oh, and it's already purified. and they went away. Rip. Hate to see it. Wouldn't be the first time I've whiffed a burst.
Breathtaking.
What did she say? Wait, let me check. What did you say, Kokomi?
Breathtaking.
Oh. Is that a chargy thingamajiggy? Thank you very much. Is that two of the most disgusting season mages? Not season mages. How dare I insult the season mages like that? Abyss mages I see?
Hold the line.
I look forward to having a not fun time dealing with both of you.
Time for takeoff.
And as such,
Wind strike. As one with wind
I
and cloud.
feel obligated to unleash
Here we go.
all of the animo on you. Oh, this time it's just this stuff that came back. Wait, if I stand here, I can time it. And we're all good. Looks like we've come to the bit where we've got to apply some external force to the crystal. Ready, Messina? Do we really have to? Well, we've come this far. Let's just give it a shot like we always do, huh? Oh, Paimon, what will I ever do with you? Alright, come on, it's a big crystal. Don't you just want to poke it? I've played enough Bravely Default to know that nothing good comes of whacking large crystals. Wait, what? Wherefore did the Spirit Stone descend? What a name. Okay, I think we're good. I think it's just all the stuff happening that's causing the lag. It's all of this stuff. Cutscene? Can't wait for this to lag. There it was. 2, 3, 4. Alright. Calm down. Calm down, Lumine. What is this, Metroid? What kinda...
Time to go.
What kinda... Alright.
Rest and rebuild.
I knowing we were fighting something like this, I would have switched to a different team. I thought we were just gonna have a nice time doing something. It's time to whiff all of our attacks. It's time to figure out how to fight this boss.
Freeze
It's
to
time
the
to
core.
whiff a burst, when the boss will inevitably go into some sort of invincibility
I
frame.
condemn you.
I just had to choose Eula, didn't I? Thank you for the achievement. I was aiming for that one. Let me
More
out.
speed.
Let me out. That wasn't very kind of you. What's this?
Crush. Yeah.
Oh, it gives me these things.
Beg for mercy.
Oozing concoctions. Oh, now it's stunned. So I guess this is the part where we unload on this thing.
Allow me.
Or not.
Crush.
I love not having super conduct.
More speed. Rack and ruin.
Gotta be one of my favorites.
More speed.
Oh, it took away both of my thingies. I wasn't fast enough. Quick, go this way.
Crush.
Quick.
Beg for mercy.
I only have one stack. Where are you gonna respawn, my guy? Let me out. Luckily, it doesn't do too much damage. Oh, and my stacks ran out. Oops. Oh wait, does it take stuff from your...
Here we go.
Does it steal your... I didn't notice it earlier, but does... Oh, I wasn't fast enough. You really are small.
Shudder.
Really got a wide camera angle here. Not that I hate that.
Touche.
Oh, it does take your stuff when it hits you. That's kind of annoying. I wonder if it's damage or if it's on hit. One of these days, I'll go into these fights with an actual team and I won't be struggling to... fight these bosses. We went into Baish with, what, Chi-Chi, Kaya,
Beg for mercy.
Sucrose, and somebody else. I don't have any stuff for my Lumen Stone though. How am I supposed to...
Yahoo!
How am I supposed to break them if I don't have my Lumen Stone charged up? Just gotta wait for another
Shudder.
point where I can stun it. Get some good hits in when it comes up. Yeah, like now. There we go. Nice. 3,200 damage. Solid. What I really gotta do is I gotta like go here. Yeah, that's the play. Okay, so it doesn't take it from you, I'm just bad. You really just gotta skirt the edges of it. There we go.
Let's play.
I don't know how I was losing stuff before. Does Ayato use stuff for this boss? Because if he does, I'll say that's already a major
Brace yourself.
negative in my mind.
Crush.
Well, bam. Well, bam. Well, it didn't stun him this time. That's no fun.
Rest and rebuild.
As one with
Let's just
wind
put this
and
down.
cloud.
Why not?
Beg for mercy. I condemn you.
15,000 damage for moving up in the world. Get this one too. I guess technically you're supposed to let those... I guess I'm supposed to like wait
Strike.
and not destroy those right away.
Hold the line.
Crush.
So next time I'll hold off and I'll wait until the boss does something or like it prompts me.
More speed.
Yeah, I'll leave them up this time and I'll wait until I get prompted to do something. Got some wide hitboxes though. It looks so itty bitty. It'd be pretty cool if we could always have the camera like this, I'll be honest. I wouldn't mind that. Just always having a super wide camera, or having the ability to make your camera this wide. I'd like that. I like to be able to see. So what am I supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to be hitting you?
Beg for mercy.
There's one. There's two.
Crush.
Okay, so I guess I just messed it up the first time.
Eye for an
I
eye.
probably should have done the alt combo, but... Oh. We can't hurt it all. This thing's a tough customer. Okay, game. The one time I get an actual rotation off. It's even got the thingamajiggy. It's another Skyfrost nail. It's even got the lip. And then after the unexpected collapse occurred, she managed to safely escape in time. Huh. Is it over? It kinda all feels like a dream. Looks like that thing has gone back to normal too. The air feels less heavy too. Oh, I keep adding twos. Huh, even though we've reached the bottom of the chasm and even defeated the creature down there somehow, it doesn't feel like we've answered any questions. But it doesn't feel? Even though we've reached and even defeated, but it doesn't feel? That doesn't sound right. In fact, we've got more questions now than we did before. Like, for example, what was that thing above us? Why did the giant serpent come roaring out? Where was that dark mud and the strange monster? Where did that strange mud and dark whatever? The monsters that followed the dark mud here seem to be eating at the big crystal. And Zichong mentioned the Yaksha was here once. This is too many questions for Paimon. Looks like the chasm still has many secrets that are yet to be discovered. Chasm Part 2? Yeah, no wonder adventurers like Zichong are so committed to exploring this place. But things should quiet down in here a bit now that we've cleared this big thing up, right? Still looks a long way off before the mines can reopen. But our exploration mission seems complete. We'll worry about the other stuff in the future. Oh, yeah, one more thing. It feels like someone helped us out during that fight with the big snake. Do you hear this shoom sound during the fight? No, sort of. Well, never mind. When we head back, we can ask Yichong if she saw any strangers. Strangers? Stranger danger? Elan? Elon? This looks cool. This whole place looks cool. Also, new character who's got a black and white and blue color scheme. I mean, Ayato kind of does too, but a new character that's got black and blue and white. I'm very excited for Yelan. Yelan. Zichong, great, you're back. Yep, we're back. Paimon voice. I need water. There have been several earthquakes ever since you went through the gate. We don't know what's going on down there, but we're glad to see you're both okay. Well, you don't look too bad yourself. Looks like the rest helped, eh? What? How are things on your end? I followed your advice and rested here all this while. I was feeling a whole lot better now. Was this all due to that thing behind the gate? I didn't go in there, but I could feel some strange pulsing within. Something amazing must have been back there, I'm sure of it. I grew up listening to tales of the Yaksha, and some of my seniors used to say that one of them was sealed inside the chasm and slumbers to this day. Well, we didn't see a Yaksha, but there was this giant crystal. So, the crystal in the upper levels did fly towards it, a fragment desiring to be part of the whole once again. So that's the key to solving the mystery of the chasm. I might go and see it later for myself. Or myself later. Thank you. So, as for that dark mud... Sorry. It'll be a gradual retreat. Or it'll experience a gradual retreat. Yep, now that we've removed the taint from that large crystal, that stinky mud should be back underground in no time. I understand. I'll inform the other team members. It seems their exploration of the chasm has met with some initial success. This is way stronger than that time at Qiyang Village. Qiyang Village? Chaoying Village? What's that? Huh? It's the most famous tea house in Liyue. Topscotch Ninery. Top-notch scenery, top-notch tea. You haven't heard of it? Well, not that I like the place that much. Even if it is my second home after Mingyun Village, I know every last creek and tree in that place like the back of my hand. I guess I would have remembered the place and the people more fondly if it wasn't for that disagreement I had with that one commission giver while on a map-making assignment. Whatever. No point talking about that now. And well, I say I don't like the place, but if I do achieve something great this time, it'd be great to go back there to rest. The old man's tea is truly an unforgettable experience, after all. But over to more pleasant thoughts. Next time I'm back home, I'll be a famous adventurer having tea with the old man, you know. I do hope you'll be able to see it. There I go again, talking about unrealistic stuff. Well, we could use this opportunity to become an official exploratory team under the Ministry of Hiccup Affairs, but I don't think we'll be going anywhere anytime soon. After all, it was due to your spelunking that we were able to avoid the perils of the path, such that no one was injured or lost, and our material losses proved negligible. I think we might stay here for a while yet, help the Ministry staff watch over the underground anomalies, and maintain the exploration facilities. Did you encounter any strangers after we left? Huh? Well, I didn't see anyone on the way back, and I fell asleep pretty quickly once I got back to camp, so I didn't see anyone else pass by. What's wrong? What's with the sudden question? Never mind, it's nothing. Well, if you're leaving, don't forget to say hi to Mooning as well. Tell him that I'm going to be promoted. Who knows who's going to be the boss before long, eh? Report back. The goal is in Leeway.
The smell coming from the mines has changed.
So I got 2 more thingamajiggies to look for. And the tree in the chasm will be done. But the What are you? What? What's the circle about? That's weird. Very strange indeed. Riding the wind. Up currents can help you reach high up places. How handy. What happened to the music, too? There we go. Wow. Look how scenic it is. This looks like Xenoblade. This reminds me a lot of Xenoblade. This shot right here. Chasm looks pretty cool, I'll give it that. Might be a pain to navigate, but it looks pretty cool.
I still have documents to deliver to the Ministry of...
Archaic stone. In all the years I've worked in the chasm, I've barely ever seen one. What are the big shots at Hushan Hall thinking? Let them do their job and they'll know how impossible the task is, or do the job. Mooning! Oh, it's you. Why are you still wandering on the upper levels of the chasm? Don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't welcome you here, I just wonder. Don't you have other more important matters to attend to? Huh. We were just kindly dropping by to check up on you, since you look so troubled. What happened? You know about archaic stone? It's a rare ore, so rare that you won't necessarily even find one in the mines. I've only seen 2 or 3 such stones for all my years here at the chasm. It's such a gorgeous gemstone with beauty beyond imagination. They say that if you look inside the finest archaic stones, you'll see shimmering rays of light as thin as hair, and that the stone's color reminds you of the sea horizon in the twilight. You mean a stone like this? You actually have one, and it's of the highest quality that I've ever seen. How convenient. Sina, how about you sell this stone to me? No way. Yep, it's a gift from a friend. Besides, Paimon seriously hiccups if your pocket is thick enough to afford the hole the stone is gonna burn through. Well, I've got a buyer behind me, so finances aren't exactly the problem. Buyer? Yeah, somehow the big shots at Hushan Hall got interested in the stone and wanted to analyze it, so they sent me to the chasm to look for a few samples. But I'm busy getting my job over with. Doing my job. How about we make a deal? If you find any archaic stones, bring them to me. In exchange, the reward promised by Hushan Hall will be yours. They don't have to match the quality of yours, as long as they're archaic stones. Rewards from Yishuan Hall. Ooh. Normally I would handle the job myself, but my hands have been tied by the various affairs here in the chasm. Lately, so please help me with this. That said, I'm not sure how many they want. How about you bring me 3 for starters? Alright, we got it. Obtain 3 archaic stones. Where is the archaic stone? That's not the right button either. I wonder. Orb of the Blue Death? Archaic stone. Interesting. Bedrock keys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's got a little thingy, too. Strange rock. Treasure map fragment. Oh, yes, the mysterious flyer. Goro. You're back. How do things go? There's good news to be had from the underground, I hope. You tell Mooning everything. See what I told you? The exploration team were a reliable lot, and the expedition was bound to be fruitful. I've received the ore samples and data that Khedive and Jinwu have gathered. The unknown matter is in full retreat, and the geological shifts have largely ceased. It's a good omen indeed. Thanks for your help. The Millilith have also expressed no objections to our plans for further exploration and restoration. In fact, they should be getting ready to descend into the mine themselves. What? Huh, that's right. So, who was the one who was trying their best to prevent us from going down previously, huh? Come on now. There's no need to be so straight about such things. I mean, I will pay you, and of course, the Chasm Exploration Team will become an official part of the Fuchuan Hall from this day forth. You need to work on your ability to change the topic. That's right, but since there's more to be had, we'll forgive you this time. Thank you. And you know, I did get a real earful from the higher-ups myself for letting you go down there without so much as a report back to headquarters. The higher-ups? Yeah, who would bother coming down themselves to give you an earful anyway? You might not believe me, but it was the Yuhang herself. She seemed quite concerned for your safety. Catching. Seriously? So Kaching's been keeping an eye on us this whole time? But the person we met down there didn't look anything like her. What person? Huh? You forgot? It's the one that went shoom and went right by us. It was super flashy and stuff. You met someone else down there? Are you certain it wasn't a treasure hoarder or a Fatuz? This is certainly worth recording. But don't worry, the Millilith will help you look into it. Ah, yes. Since I'm in charge of the exploration team's material needs, could I also ask you how things are going with them at the moment? Zichong isn't looking too good. That's right. She's still down in the mines, and she's not in the best of conditions. Jinwu did mention your condition to me. I'll send you a report recommending that the Ministry send a medical team down. With any luck, she'll be a patient and stay out of any hazardous zones. Tofo joined up, but he was a treasure hoarder previously. Will things really be okay? Oh, him? We all know him. He's not a bad person by nature. If you were able to trust him, Messina, I don't think we'd gainsay you. Still, I think I'll have to wait for a while before he can be welcomed in any official capacity. Let's just call it a probation period, shall we? About Khedive. Oh, that fellow from Sumeru? Well, I won't lie to you. You can think of him as sort of a proxy. On the surface, he seems to be the organizer and overall in charge, but in truth, he answers to the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Of course, this comes with some academic agreement that the Chising have with the academia. The people upstairs went back and forth with the academia for a while over this, and I'm not at liberty to say more in any case. Whatever the case, our researcher from overseas is not exactly someone we would normally use. But since he's willing to pay for the team from his own pocket, I suppose we have little reason to refuse his help. Well, what's the arrangement going to be from now on? The Ministry will send more people down there. I suppose we've got to trouble our dedicated professional again to delve into the perilous depths for us again. Again? Anyway, thanks for your help. You're always welcome here at the Chasm. Yes, indeed. And there you go again, changing the topic so suddenly. Okay. Let's not get too hot and bothered about it. In any case, the Ministry thanks you for your services and will not stand any further in the way of your activities within the chasm. Stand in the way any further. Same difference. What am I talking about to him now? What new quest is activated? Oh, Archaic Stones. I don't have Archaic Stones for you. I don't have a lot of stuff for you. But Archaic Stones is definitely not one of them. Springtime Mechanicus. Leader Mechanicus. Hughes. Okay. I have been doing the outside the lens, inside the canvas, or outside the canvas, inside the lens. So we can finish these up. Oh. I don't know if I have any cool, geo skills I could be using for this photo. I don't know. But I'll try. A geo skill, you say? Ningguang might be pretty cool. Excuse me.
Don't disappoint me.
Let's try Ningguang first. Look at this photograph. Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll set the scene.
Flag fly. And step.
Oh, now I gotta wait for the timer. And also, I want to get my stacks back up. Actually, you know what? Let's just let the stacks run out.
Flag fly. And
Sure.
leap.
Not the best I've ever done. Could have been timed better. Walking or running? Huh. To the Deep Rock 2. Deep Rock Star Galactic? Is that what that's called? Doing one of these ones. This seems like a time for Kazuha. Oh, he's already... Yep, duh. This is a Kazuha kind of scene. I didn't like that one. Yeah, that seems good. No. I want to get a... kind of a side view, if I can, of him. No, okay, you know, I've given up. Weapon must be pole armor, normal or charged attack. You know what? Try one more time. Gotta get that photo. No, it's just the flowers. Maybe I should go from the other way, but then I feel like we get too close to the... Like if I do it, the camera doesn't have enough range to do. Maybe I should tilt it down a little bit. Just do like one of...
Time to go.
Or maybe I should do it from even further back here and just go like... No. I like that it kicks you out, but it is kind of annoying if you want to repeatedly take pictures. Sure, that's good enough. I think that's like the exact same thing as what we did previously, but okay. Inazuma. It shines eternal. At least that's what I've heard. What are the requirements here? Oh yeah, pole armor sword. Oh. During the nighttime. This sounds like a great time.
What is the situation?
For a certain Raiden Shogun. It's the Raiden Shogun. There we go. Now if only I could get... No. Gotta wait. There we go. I want to see, but I do want to see if I can try and get the photo point inside of the crescent. Yeah, like that kind of. Kind of like that. Looks kind of weird. And then where's this last one? Elemental skill on the mount. I like how they call it a mountain. Mount Yogo. Well, I guess scaled up it might be a mount. It's just funny. Because that was pretty funny. I don't know, I'll need a suitably colorful character. An elemental skill. I don't think Raiden's too much. It's too intense. So is Kazuha. I don't have a lot of... the only other Inazuma character I have is Sara. Well, and Toma. And Kokomi. Never mind. I have a lot of... Oh, and especially if it's gonna be here. Just looking at the thing. Ooh, but this might be cool though. Sure. There's not a whole lot to do. If I could, I'd really want to try to get it so like she's like splitting the mountains and like the land beneath. But that's it. That's that for that. We've got Violet Hues. But the game recommends I finish Ayato's story quest. So I guess we unlock that. Claim that key. Hit up the Inazuman streets. It's definitely gonna be a quest I forget about. And then accidentally end up activating. Unfortunately, I don't believe there's anything fun we can do to end the stream. I don't plan on wishing on either banner, so we can't do that. But and I can't get to 20, so we can't do another pull. I mean, we got to 18, but I don't think I can get up to... Yeah, I'm already at my weekly limit. And I know I wouldn't be at my weekly limit. Getting to 2,000 would be very hard currently. Easy with these, but hard without. So with that, I think that's where we're going to end today's stream. As we have this very lovely scene right here with the bird. I feel like I'm timing something wrong. I feel like we're just getting to starting streams later because yesterday's stream was short too, in the sense that it was hour 50 as opposed to like 2 or something like that, which isn't that much shorter. It's 10 minutes. Sometimes we go way over. But I think it's just because I'm starting a little later. I'm not starting right on 3:30. But tomorrow we're gonna try and do Danganronpa. We rescheduled that from yesterday
Inactivity serves no
to
purpose
maybe tomorrow.
whatsoever.
It'll be way earlier though, probably somewhere around 2 when we start, and it'll probably be like a hard cutoff. So it'll probably be from 2 to 4. And then on Monday, I guess we do Ayato. Or I might stream separately later on Saturday, on a separate later time, and do... That might be a double stream day tomorrow, so who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe you'll get lucky. But anyway, that'll be it. Let's see. Let's see. As always, I haven't done this as much as I probably should be
All the
before, or as much as I
world
want to
holds
before.
dear is but a
But
backdrop
let's
of
see if there's
constant
anybody
motion.
playing some games. Chill raid.
I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
No results found. That's no fun. Alright. Is there anyone playing... Nope. No, that's Strict 2. Is there anybody playing this one? Nope. Well, that's a no for... Ooh, anyone playing Death Come True? Nope, no one's playing Death Come True. No one's playing World End. No one's playing Seabed. No one's playing Old Man's Journey. Is there anybody doing Scarlet Nexus?
The world remains constant over the
There's got to be a
centuries,
couple people, right?
but
There
human
are.
life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
I was gonna say, there's got to be some people doing Scarlet Nexus. Oh, they're playing Genshin. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Scarlet Nexus. Hello, people playing Scarlet Nexus. Where are you?
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
I'm catching all these bad times. Okay, maybe not today. Hopefully, well, someone will be streaming one of those games in the future. That'd be fun. But we've gone through a couple idle cycles now. and we're told to hit the Inazuma City streets, which we will not be doing, and I'll be trying my hardest to avoid so I don't start that quest. But, aside from that, I guess this is it for today. A little bit earlier, I squeezed out an extra 3 minutes talking about nothing. Yeah, my secret power. So with that all being said, the plan is for Danganronpa probably sometime earlier tomorrow. And then maybe I'll stream Genshin later that evening. I don't know yet. But aside from that, that'll be it. And then Monday, if I don't stream again tomorrow for Ayato's quest, it'll be Ayato and probably see if we can start all that, and then maybe like Theater Mechanicus or something like that. Starting the Violet Hues, because of course there's a prereq, which is Ayato's quest. And then who knows? Maybe I'll probably do some streams where you do like some chasm quests. Look for Archaic Stone. I'll probably I'll probably start to do the Fatui thing. If that's really long, then it'll just be that. But if we finish it early somehow, because I don't know how long that's going to be, we'll go looking for Archaic Stones and other collectibles. So that'll be fun. Anyway, that's it for today. So, I guess that's where I say, bye.